The Missouri After School Network coordinates the data collection and evaluation services for 21st century and school-age grantees. Since 2005, the Missouri After School Network has provided training and technical assistance support to 21st century and SAC grantees. This has included things such as Kids Care Center, self-assessments, developing action plans, having technical assistance coaching visits, providing on-site and regional trainings, and providing resources to support after-school programs. Starting in 2013, the Missouri After School Network began working with the Weichert Center for Youth Development to incorporate some of their tools and trainings into our technical assistance process. The Weichert Center uses a 3-step process called Assess, Plan, and Improve, and this fits well with the training and technical assistance that the Missouri After School Network had already been doing. As you can see, the Kids Care Center data, surveys, and PQA are part of the assessment process. That's the collection of data that will later be used for planning and improvement. The action planning and coaching visits are a part of the planning process, and the coaching visits, training, and resources are part of the improvement process. The Assess, Plan, and Improve framework is used at all levels of our system. It's used at the site level for program and site level quality improvement. It's used at the grantee level for grantee level external evaluations, and it's used at the statewide level for 21st century statewide evaluation. As we look across the Assess, Plan, and Improve process, we're going to be focusing in on the data collection part that's highlighted in Assess. And it's important to note that all of the data that's being collected is being used across the board at all 3 of those levels. MASN coordinates the statewide and local evaluation process, but we don't actually do either the local evaluations or the statewide evaluation. Those are contracted out to other individuals. What we do is to manage the data collection process so that the data is consistently collected and provided back at both the state, grant, and statewide level. So at the site level, the data is used for training and technical assistance. At the grant level, it's used for the local evaluations, and MASN supports the training and certification of those external evaluators. And then at the statewide level, we subcontract with the Weichert Center for Youth Development and OCEDA for data analysis and report writing of this 21st century statewide evaluation. The evaluation that we do is based on this logic model where inputs such as training and coaching and self-assessment will lead to improvements in staff skills and program structure, which then leads to a higher quality program, which leads to better youth outcomes, which in the long term leads to college and career readiness and success. We have 3 goals that are centered around 3 different areas that feed into that logic model. And the first one being that student achievement and sense of competence in their grade areas. So we call this our grades goal. Second one is looking at program quality, and research shows that as program quality increases, so do the associated youth outcomes. So we're looking at a safe and supportive environment, positive interactions, and meaningful opportunities for engagement. And then goal 3 is focused on college and career readiness skills, including positive school behaviors and personal and social skills, and the student's commitment to learning. The data sources you see are, again, across the board that include Kids Care Center, which feeds up into the 21 APR federal reporting. And the variables we look at there include attendance and grades. The PQAs, so at the elementary level, the school age walkthrough PQA, and at the middle and high school level, the STEM PQA. And then a variety of surveys, youth, family, coordinators, staff, teacher surveys, school administrators, and community partner surveys, all feed into various aspects. Goal 1, grades and self-efficacy, the program quality aspects, and then also the youth outcomes aspects. From all of that data, 4 reports are prepared that are used at both the site level for program improvement at the site level and action planning, and then also these 4 reports are used for the grantee level external evaluation. First is a site summary, and basically it shows for each of the goals and objectives whether it was not met or not met for each objective. The College and Career Readiness Report goes into individual question by question item level data for each of the scales, so looking at the personal and social skills, or looking at math efficacy or reading efficacy. The PQA reports give a detailed feedback about the observation, including comments from the observers. And then the leading indicators reports is a Weichert Center report that looks at their scales related to program quality that feed from the youth surveys, the parent surveys, and the staff surveys. So now that you see all the data that's being collected and the different reports that you'll get, here are some benefits to having this kind of integrated system. At the state level, the 21st century evaluation is including a wider set of data than it ever has in the past. And that data is linked by site and by student, so we're able to look over time at changes in our system. That programs have a 5-year grant. So far we only have 3 years worth of data, but as we look at change over time, we're expecting to see progress over the 5 years. Also, the statewide data can be used to show the value of after school, to measure the impact of the training and technical assistance that grantees are receiving, and then also to determine possible changes or clarifications to the grant requirements. Some of the benefits at the grantee level is that we're able to take an apples to apples look at the grantees. All grantees do the same evaluation. They get the same data collected, they receive a copy of the same report, and they do the same guided reflection document with their evaluator. So DESE's able to look across all of those and get a better, more comprehensive picture of what's going on at the local level. It's also a cost-effective evaluation structure because we're using that same data for both TA and for local evaluation. Local evaluation costs, when you look at it as a system level, have actually gone down. For individual programs, they might have gone up a little bit, especially some of the single site programs. But when you look across the board at how much money was being spent a couple years ago for evaluation and how much is being spent now for evaluation, we've actually gone down as a system. And another benefit is that the coach and the program director are able to use the recommendations that come out of the guided reflection document with the evaluator to develop grantee level quality action plans and things to work on over the next year. And a few of the site level benefits is that it reduces confusion. It's really nice that we have one set of goals now across the board, whether you're working at the state level, the grant level, or at the site level. We're all working on the same 3 things. We're working on grades and self-efficacy in each of those areas. We're working on program quality, and then we're working on youth outcomes. And then the programs and the sites receive the support, the coaching, the training, the technical assistance, and the resources that can match their action plan. So it's really helping us to focus our resources at the state level too. So a few feature enhancements that we're working on, just to let you know. We're hoping this year to look more deeply at the impact of professional development. So tying in the registry data, when you go to a training, you sign in with your MOPD ID. We're linking those MOPD IDs to your org IDs and being able to look at the impact of training. We're also this year doing a social emotional pilot called the DESE Mini. And we're hoping to incorporate that data into the statewide and local evaluations. But more importantly, we're hoping that data is useful to the sites as they look at improving the social and emotional activities that they're doing with the youth and the programs. And then we're also have strengthening families on the horizon, where we have the survey data, and we're looking at what types of supports and goals and objectives could go into place to kind of help us strengthen what we do to support families. So here's a peek at some data. Sneak peek, actually. This report hasn't officially come out yet. But the statewide PQA results for the 21st century sites, as you can see, over time, we're increasing. So this is a great thing. Our overall instructional quality over the 3 years is increasing. So is our overall PQA scores when you average all 4 of the sections together. So that's really great. This one's related to Goal 3. We only have 2 years worth of data so far. We haven't, as of when this slide was made, haven't done the 15-16, isn't ready to be put in here yet. But as far as between 13-14 and 14-15, we did have an increase in the number of youth enrolled in after school that are attending 60 plus days. So that's fantastic. And then another Goal 3 one, this one's on their personal social skills and commitment to learning. You can see we're pretty good to start with, but we do have a bump in each of those areas, which is very exciting. So if you have questions, that's just a quick overview, but if you have questions about the data and evaluation, I encourage you to contact myself, Terry Folks, or Jason Patry, who is our data and evaluations coordinator. He's the one that helps the grantees to do the Kids Care Center, to do the surveys, to get all their information in. He's helping grantees with the DESA pilot this year. So please go to our website. We have a lot more information about evaluation and kind of the history of evaluation and sample copies of all of the reports in our evaluation section, or give us a call so we can help you. Thank you very much.